Hello and welcome to this channel. This is VFitter University. We are here with Sophia Solanki. We are in AI industry and we're experimenting with different stuff. As you may know, VFitter University is the first practical university in the world that is using AI to fill the gap between knowledge and wisdom. That means we use AI as simulators and experimentations to validate the existing knowledge that we have. Thank you for being here, Sophia. Please introduce yourself and we can go.
Very happy to be on the podcast and chat, Elijah. And I'll tell a little about myself. So I have been a serial entrepreneur in the content marketing, digital marketing space now. Built 2 more companies before Narrator and have close to about 18 years in the space. I've worked in various capacities as a business consultant, as a business owner, as a product creator. And now we're basically pouring in as a team and myself all this experience into building Narrator, which is our AI content creation and marketing workspace. And how what we're building is different from everything we've done before or everything you see in the market is that we're thinking about Narrator as that one workspace, very similar to what software development teams have with GitHub. So one workspace where content teams can come, they can create content using AI, find efficiencies in process using automations like publishing automations, project management automations, collaboratively work to do much better to deliver results with content marketing. So it's an interesting workspace. That's been our vision, and that's how we've been going about it.
Oh, interesting. So since you're in creator economy, I think, I don't want to make this into a debate or something, but I think you agree with me on this. Did YouTube and Spotify, or like all these subscription platforms, did they actually monopolize the creator economy? And if yes, how?
So when you talk about creator economy, obviously there are many different kinds of creations that we're talking about. So Spotify is very music, now audiobooks. YouTube is everything videos. But then if you think about TikTok, they're short form videos. And then you have all of the other business content that's being built as well by influencers and things like that. Have they monopolized? I don't really think so. There are lots of channels for creators to go to and release their content and connect with their audience. There's always a new one coming up and different mediums are coming up. So Substack is where people work with the written word. And there are all of these other communities which work a little bit differently to give you that connect to the audience. So I wouldn't say they're a monopoly. I think they're more of a medium to get to your audience and you choose which medium works for you.
I see exactly what I mean, but think about it this way. If that creator decides to do it without YouTube or Spotify, they would have been able to sell their content as much more valuable, not something that has free access. They could sell it. They could basically be like, okay, this is my song. I'm not going to get charged 1 million streams and then $1,000 or 1 million YouTube views and then $1,000. My content is so valuable that people have to buy it first. So these creator economies, they could replace viewers and streams with actual money. And if your content is sold, right, just go advertise our platform. Go advertise your content through our platform. So you advertise our platform first, and then you get us more viewers through your content. But is viewers really what people like content creators need, or they need money? They need to sell their stuff. What do you think about that?
No, that's very true, Elijah. I think all of these platforms do need to give creators more features, more options to monetize their content besides just getting views, which can be actually a very, very small form of revenue. Because otherwise you have to rely on sponsorships and things like that, which are harder to get versus a direct correlation that these platforms can potentially build with your content consumption and the users, partly, hopefully, and willingly in a lot of cases paying for it as well. I have a feeling a lot of work is going in it, and hopefully the equation would change soon, but I totally get where you're coming from.
Thank you. So what do you think about AI and the recent progress and all these new exponential softwares?
I think they're amazing in the sense that they are letting creative folks do what they do best, be creative. So all the ideation, brainstorming, you have an assistant in AI. For creation, again, you have an assistant in AI. So you put your creative thoughts and let AI do some of that creation for you. That's amazing. I think you can iterate, you can come up with new versions, and you can do much of that way faster than you were able to do before AI was available as an assistant for that. So I'm actually very, very excited about the fact that AI is able to do this. It's something that we have been dreaming of, and I as an entrepreneur have been thinking of for decades.
Yes.
That you do a lot of work creating content, which potentially if AI could do, then you could focus on what's more important, being more creative, bringing in new ideas, showcasing more of what you're good at.
Exactly.
So very excited.
Awesome. So you guys are using AI as like the software that you're offering. Do you guys also use it in the back end, like as you're developing the product?
So we do. So our engineering teams do use AI for a lot of things like autocomplete, or sometimes basically getting shorter snippets of code and try to improve the productivity. We do use AI, our own tool, Narrator. My content marketing teams uses it extensively to optimize, even create content for our channels, including social media, blog, website. And it's a mix. So the way content is going to be created in the future is AI plus human. I don't think it can be just the AI which can do all of the jobs. So the human in the loop is going to be critical, so important, and that's where good stuff will come out of. So which is how we are using it with Narrator as well, which is how our users, our customers of Narrator, which are mostly marketing teams or businesses, use it as well. So human in the loop, and then use AI as an assistant to do what you used to do in less than half the time.
You just answered my next follow-up question, which was basically, would you think that this is replacing jobs and like in the future we won't have many of the jobs that we had and like really studied for in university? How is that going to work? Have you ever noticed any of these changes in your own employees?
So I think one thing that's definitely happening is that all the creative folks are getting pushed to upskill. So upskill in the sense of learn AI, how to use AI, work with AI, and do most of that better and faster, and offer it probably in some cases at a lower cost. They're spending less time, and so on and so forth, and maybe work for more clients. But this is happening. This is true right now. A lot of freelance creators are increasingly seeing lesser work come their way because increasingly businesses, at least I see it in the businesses a lot, that they're able to do much of the content creation faster with AI plus humans. So they have smaller internal content teams which are able to do the job. So they're hiring lesser and lesser of external creators who used to work with them. But it's a challenge that's getting posed, I think, to all the creators out there to upskill, to offer additional value, and both creative as well as strategic. And it's just something how things are going to be. You just have to adapt to new reality. It's like when machines started mechanizing agriculture or production in industries happened at large scale. So humans just upskilled to using the machines and working with them and delivering better output. That's what is happening right now in the creative space.
I love when you said upskill because this is like exactly what our company is doing. So we're like a fractional university that we come as a department for any B2B business, and we offer exponential knowledge that is usually like a pipeline of how to get stuff done. This is like we teach it to the future workforce of a company, and that way they would know, for example, the first step is to use Figma, the next step is to, your example, this Canva software, and one by one to get a very hard task done that was before was done by like 5 human beings, but now it's like way faster and knowledge is more exponential, right? So it's like you just have to switch software and like a content and do the thing in the pipeline. But what do you think about us in general, like you're doing?
Yeah, I think you're definitely trying to close that gap between knowledge and that getting percent across to folks who need it. So I think it's really important that there are people who understand a lot of what's happening, all the tools, AI, automation that's available to do all of this work, and creators come up to speed with them, because obviously there's a lot that's happening and it can be overwhelming. So yeah, it's amazing. It's really good stuff.
Thank you. Because when we let it in like your perspective, we believe that university as an individual organization can't really offer practical knowledge that the future workforce needs, right? So not just in content creation, in any sort of industry, right now because of AI, there are improvements and things change very fast. But universities, unfortunately, they can't change that fast because like there are a million businesses in the world and there's only like, let's say 1 or 2 university, and don't have access to the confidential information that these businesses have. So how can they, and the best way they, this knowledge practical is through grades and exam, which businesses don't really care. They care about the real experience. They care about person can get the job done fastest way possible and be loyal. So I'm just saying that universities are really nowadays, and they have to and adapt to this growing AI space. And we do instead is like we're like a fractional university that does that job. So okay, back to the content creator and like the creation economy. What is some advice that you have for creators?
I think the advice that I have for creators is basically start coming up to speed on all of the new tech. Playing around, figuring out what your tech stack is going to look like. So should you be sitting on Narrator, for example, for all the textual content creation? Should you have Canva in the mix? And Canva is also coming up with a lot of stuff on AI image tools and stuff like that. Should you have some other tools for voiceovers, that you teach how your voice sounds and to be able to do some of your video recording or editing faster. So right now, I think the creators to be more employable if they are going to work for others or to create content themselves faster and put it out. There's obviously a lot of noise. So you do have as a YouTube creator to have to put more content than you used to ever before. To be able to do all of that faster, they need to start figuring out how to use tech in the best possible way. What is the best workflow? What are the tools that they need? And have that at their disposal and figure out that this is how I'm going to be doing this so that I do it faster, I do it better, and with better production value.
Interesting. More question about, so okay, as a founder, what are the main challenges that you faced in your company, and what is your top advice to future founders?
As a founder, I think one of the things that find is just to manage bandwidth. There's so much that you're taking care of when building a company that it's a hard problem. It's not that I'm saying I found a great solution for, but priorities, working through priorities, setting up processes, setting up systems, letting the team know who's responsible for what, and have a very measurable way of things so that you know that, okay, if we were working on marketing, this was our goal, how are we achieving it? Did we do enough to achieve it? And if the goal got done, then what are our next steps? So same is true for product development, working in sprints, figuring out that this is what we aim to do, this is how it got pushed out, how clean it was. So the more you measure, the more you structure, the better processes you set up. Constantly, every month, if needed, relooking at priorities is something that's essential. So taking that step back from doing to actually strategizing, thinking things over is very, very critical. It's hard, but it's something that I've learned several times over. Is very important so that you keep moving in the right direction.
Exactly. So basically discipline and persistence.
Yeah, persistence and ability to step back and think through.
This was great. Thank you so much. Are there any final words you have for the audience?
Yeah, I would say, not to be, so nobody should be afraid of new tech. I think the technology, this is the state of technology. It always evolves, new things come out, and adaptations have to be made. You have to learn new things. Just a time of relooking at things, figuring out, and there are lots of very user-friendly tools out there, easy to work with. You can pick them up, do things. A lot of them are very inexpensive as well. So even as a solo creator, you could use them, and immediately you'll start seeing some of those efficiencies. So not be afraid of tech, but adopt tech, sometimes figuring it out, recreate workflows, work with them. And I think largely creators should be do their game again. So there's not a time and space to be looking back. It's a time and space to forward. And there are tools like Narrator, there's Canvas, we always around, I'm a big fan. There are tools like and a bunch of others which help you do a lot of this very, very nicely, very much faster. So yeah, I would say it's a good era. It's not something where we have to be worried about things.
It is. I'm very actually personally excited. Like ChatGPT first came out, I was like, wow, we could really use this in a backend. Like apart from just chatting and like it has like a friendly chatbot that would just answer your questions. For me, that was like revolutionary. I was like, I can create a bunch of content, a bunch of like workflows that would depend on the result of like a chat API, and those are just like crucial and would exponentiate our software. Like not a normal software anymore. This can detect stuff, this can read stuff and analyze stuff.
Yeah, I'm the same page with that job.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. It was very nice talking to you. Hope we meet you soon.
Thank you. Me too. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.